African Union Communications, Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing on the progress of the special military operation as of February 9, 2026. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue the special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces improved their tactical position. They inflicted defeat on formations of the Ukrainian Armed Forces Assault Regiment and Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Iskrikovshchina, Kharkovka, Pokrovka, and Ugroedy in the Sumy region. In the Kharkiv region, units of the Ukrainian Armed Forces Mechanized and Motorized Infantry Brigades, Territorial Defense Brigade, and Border Detachment of the Ukrainian Border Service were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Kazachya Lopan, Grafskoye, Petropavlovka, Okrimovka, Tiko, and Malaya Volchya. In the Kharkiv region, the losses of the Ukrainian armed forces amounted to up to 205 servicemen, 1 armored fighting vehicle, and 10 vehicles. An electronic warfare station, 3 ammunition depots, and material depots were destroyed. Units of the West Group of Forces occupied more advantageous lines and positions. They inflicted defeat on manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and a National Guard brigade in the areas of the settlements of Borovaya, Neshvolodovka, Kovsharovka, Shyikovka in the Kharkiv region, Korovy Yar, Sosnovoye, and Alexandrovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost more than 130 servicemen, 10 vehicles, and 4 ammunition depots. Units of the South Group of Forces improved their position along the front line. Russian forces inflicted defeat on formations of 3 mechanized, 1 mountain assault, 1 assault, and 1 motorized infantry brigades, a battalion of unmanned systems of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and a territorial defense brigade in the areas of the settlements of Alexeyevo, Druzhkovka, Reznikovka, Nikiforovka, Berostok, Kramatorsk, and Konstantinovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost up to 125 servicemen, a German-made Leopard tank, a US-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 4 armored fighting vehicles, 10 vehicles, and a field artillery piece. A supply depot was destroyed. Units of the Center Group of Forces occupied more advantageous lines and positions. They inflicted defeat on manpower and equipment of 3 mechanized, 1 ranger, and 1 airmobile brigades, an assault regiment of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 3 National Guard brigades, and the Azov Special Forces Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Marievka, Grishino, Novofedorovka, Toretskoye, Novi Donbass, Shevchenko, Krasnoyarskoye, Belitskoye, Dobropolye, Svetloye in the Donetsk People's Republic, Novopodgorodnoye, and Novopavlovka in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The losses of the Ukrainian armed formations amounted to more than 240 servicemen, 2 armored fighting vehicles, and 8 vehicles. Units of the East Group of Forces continued to advance deep into the enemy's defenses. They inflicted damage on formations of a mechanized assault brigade and 3 assault regiments of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the areas of the settlements of Zelenaya, Dibrova, Nezheka, Zaleznichnoye, Starokranka, Rizdviyanka, Vozdvizhevka in the Zaporozhye region, Komunarovka, and Pokrovskoye in the Dnipropetrovsk region. The enemy lost up to 355 servicemen, 5 armored fighting vehicles, and 2 vehicles. Units of the Dnepr Group of Forces inflicted damage on manpower and equipment of the Mountain Assault Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the area of the settlement of Orakov in the Zaporozhye region. Up to 20 Ukrainian servicemen, an armored fighting vehicle, 6 vehicles, and 2 warehouses of material resources were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of the groups of forces of the armed forces of the Russian Federation inflicted damage on the infrastructure of a military airfield, fuel and energy complex facilities, and transport infrastructure used in the interests of the Ukrainian armed forces, as well as temporary deployment points of Ukrainian armed formations and foreign mercenaries in 142 areas. 3 guided aerial bombs and 72 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles were shot down by air defense systems. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 670 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 112,996 unmanned aerial vehicles, 650 anti-aircraft missile systems, 27,568 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,661 combat vehicles of multiple launch rocket systems, 33,163 field artillery pieces and mortars, 53,959 units of special military automotive equipment. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.